everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be tackling the fridge. I am just doing a fridge organisation video. So I basically went on Amazon and got a few sort of like pantry organisers. I'll show you them in a minute. Just these kind of clear plastic bins. I'm just going to take everything out of the fridge, give the fridge a good wipe down and then put everything back in, but really organised. Hope you enjoy.
So if I open the fridge, you will see that everything is just stacked up in here with no real rhyme or reason. Everything's just been shoved in. There is a little bit of organisation that I've done and I've tried to keep, but it's not really worked. I don't really know what's in the fridge or where anything actually is. So here are the clear bins that I bought on Amazon. I will link these down below. I think they were about 30 quid. And now the first thing I'm going to do is take everything out of the fridge and give it a good wipe down. And you will see that I have my trusty little helper, my little 3-year-old Amia, who is just dying to help me as well.
So just to show you the volume of stuff, there is a lot of stuff in our fridge. This whole bench is just covered in things from the fridge. Plus I then had to move over and put a few things here as well. So there's quite a lot. You didn't like the cheese? No. This little one has been helping me by eating food out of the fridge, haven't you? What are we making for lunch? We've got to just sort out the fridge first. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take these bins that I bought on Amazon, and I will link them down below, and I'm just going to fill them with sort of like products. I'm just going to see how to work that out, but one of the things I'm going to do is just try and limit the amount of packaging that we put back in as well. So let's see how we get on. I will start doing that now. done. That is the fridge beeping at me because I'm supposed to shut it. That's fine. So as you can see on the top shelf, I have got butter and jams and marmalades, that kind of thing for toast in the morning. Then we've got condiments plus sort of cooking stuff, you know, a few sort of key cooking things that I use, like ginger, garlic, chili, tomato puree, lemon juice. And then we've got the tropical juice, the beer. It's a bit of a mismatch, Mum, but it's kind of things that you would potentially reach for. We've then got sort of pickle, I showed you before, sort of cranberry sauce, capers, olives, some harissa paste as well, some sort of more cooking things, but maybe sort of less used in our house. And finally, at the bottom there, you've got the spinach, and then I've also got the open bottles of smooth hidden vegetable sauce that I use for my toddlers' lunches, because that's all she'll have is pasta and hidden vegetable sauce. So at least she's getting some veg. And now I'm just going to talk you through the fridge itself and sort of how I've organised it. So one thing to note is I watched a video recently, and it said that the coldest part of your fridge is the bottom, and then the warmest is the top. So you should put things that go off quickly, like dairy and sort of meats, closer to the bottom, and then work your way up. So I think I've gone sort of dairy right at the bottom, then a bit more sort of dairy and things that go off a bit quicker. And then I've got meat, because we're vegetarian, the type of meat we have is soy meat, or sort of meat-free things, so they don't really go off that quickly anyway. So we could put them towards the top. But obviously if you do have meat, I would suggest that maybe it goes down to sort of the second from bottom shelf. And then right at the top, I've got fruit. We have got sort of these like little corn picnic eggs, corn cocktail sausages. I've also got these sort of no chicken sausage rolls at the back there. And we've also just got these little muffins that I made as well, so just sort of things we can reach for. And behind the fruit here is actually our leftovers. I know it doesn't sound ideal, and I probably will change that up because you don't really want to forget your leftovers, but that is actually Ruby chicken made with plant-based chicken, which is a Dishoom recipe, and I'm going to make that for you one day and film it, and my husband absolutely loves it, so we both love it, so there's no way we're going to forget that that's in the back there, which is why I was okay shoving it in the back this time. But I think I definitely need to find a way to store it better. So yeah, so that's what's at the top. And then here we have got all of our meats, not real meats, but I think I showed you a few before anyway. And here we've got cans plus bacon. I know it's a bit of a weird combination, but we just don't have that many cans, and I don't think we're going to have that many going forward. So I think we can just store sort of bacon and any sort of other fake meats and stuff in there going forward. In fact, I could probably start putting these things in there, and then we'll actually have space for leftovers and fruit at the top. And then we've got eggs here. I've got some puff pastry to make some sausage rolls later in the week. And then if we move further down here, just behind there, I've got the mushrooms. I've kept them separate to the veg because the veg drawer is pretty full. We use mushrooms quite a lot in our cooking, so I'm not too bothered that it's just hiding there again. And at the front here, I've got some mash, ready-made mash, just for a quick sort of bangers and mash meal for the kids. And then here we've got sort of some dairy items. So in the back there, I've got actually a massive tub of sort of margarine to use for baking, which is why it's in the back there. So we've got margarine for baking. Then I've got Amia's Peppa Pig yogurts. I've then got this massive natural yogurt here that I use. I use that instead of creme fraiche, instead of sour cream, instead of everything, whenever a recipe calls for it, and it's just so versatile. So I find that's really good, and obviously you can have it as a snack as well. And then here I've got butter, and then we've got these layers of joy, which is my guilty pleasure. I love them. They're so nice, but they are awful for you. And then here, I think I was showing you before, this is kind of Amia's little snack bit here. So she's got some cheese strings, she's got a couple of her Peppa Pig yogurt, so she can just grab that and she can pick what she wants from there. And then in the back there as well are some Dairylea Dunkers, I think you can see, and I stacked those up as well, which Amia really likes to eat too. We're just getting her to start to eat a little bit more variety of things now, which is good. And then here we've got sort of the main dairy. I showed you before, we've got all of our almond milks, we've got our soy milks, dairy milk for the kids, and then I've got double cream here that we do use from time to time. I also whip it up sometimes for desserts. And then we've got a load of cheeses. We've got a big block of cheese here, and then we've got loads of grated cheese. We've got this mozzarella and cheese mix, quite a few sort of grated mozzarellas, and some grated cheeses as well. We use that a lot in our cooking, so that's really good. And then finally the vegetable drawer. I basically removed all the packaging other than the spinach, because obviously it would go everywhere. And the spinach is just, that's the spare spinach that goes in the back there. And then you can probably see we've got all the different veg here. So we've got loads of tomatoes, peppers, aubergine, loads of chilies as well, because lately I've been trying to cook that fresh. We've got some carrots in the bottom there, and I quite like this because I think, because I can see it now, I can see all the veg and it's not in packaging. I think I'm just more likely to actually use it, because I can sort of open the fridge and go, right, that needs to be used, that needs to be used. And obviously I don't want it contaminating the other veg, so I'm probably gonna actually take it out rather than just leave it. As I mentioned before, we've left that one free. There's one drink in there. I took out all the half opened bottle of wines, and I'm actually just pouring them down the sink because there's no need. But I feel like the fridge looks so much more organized. That took me like 15-20 minutes to do, and it's just so worth it. And yeah, I really like those bins, and yeah, hopefully this will help us use more things in the fridge and just make it more efficient and make it easier. The next thing I'm going to do is probably label everything, like label the bins, so that my husband also knows where everything goes, because otherwise it will just get all everything will just start going everywhere. So I will start adding some labels to this, which I think is the next step. But that is the fridge nice and organized. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it gave you motivation to tackle your own fridges or spaces. But yeah, that is all I have time for today, because someone is grumpy. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like, comment, and please do subscribe to my channel. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.